Hey legacy builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In this video, I'm going to be closing out our September budget. I want to share with you, if you're watching these type of videos for the first time, how to close out a budget. What ways, what measurements, what metrics are you using? What are you tracking? So hopefully you'll give me a thumbs up on this video and let's get right into it. I'm going to share my real numbers as a way to encourage those who just need that little bit of inspiration or who just like being nosy and seeing what other people are doing with their money. All right, so I'm using my Mind Your Money Simple Budget Workbook. It's available on Amazon if anyone is interested, and I'm opening up to September. I'm going to start with our budget calendar. So this is the budget calendar that I use, and the first thing that I like to see is what bills were paid in the month. I write them in. Sometimes I use stickers. You can do it however you like. Using pen and paper is just easier for me, and it helps me to retain the information. So I would look at the calendar and see three things that are really important to me. When did I get paid? Did it actually happen? What bills were due? Did I pay those bills? What special events are here that would trigger a spending day, or anniversaries, birthdays, holidays, funerals, anything major life happening. I want to write it on my calendar or notate it like I did here with these gift boxes, so I know I'm going to be spending money somewhere around here. I like to write goals also, so you can track. If you set goals at the beginning of the month, you want to see, did I reach those goals? Why or why not? What caused me to reach them, or what caused me to not reach them? And think about that, because everything that we do as it relates to our money or in our life is connected to our money. It's connected to how much we spent or how much we didn't spend. And I also like to track no spend days. I didn't do the best in September because we did got hit with, we were ill for a little while. So for like 2 weeks, we were just like in the house getting better and recuperating. So I didn't do the best, but I did use this September no spend challenge from Hands and Bands, and I'll link her information in the description box. I had several no spend days, and I track it here so I can see if I reached my goal. So I had a goal of 10 no spend days. I wrote it in 2 places. 10 no spend days in the month of September. So let's see, did I do that? When I track a no spend day, I'm looking to see if I spent money that wasn't budgeted and I had to end up pulling it from our savings because I didn't plan for that spending occasion beforehand. I hope that makes sense. So any miscellaneous spending that I did in the month of September, I put an X where I was supposed, where I spent money that I shouldn't have, or I really wouldn't have. Unfortunately, we had to spend more money at the latter part of the month because, again, we were sick. So we were buying supplements and nutrients and ordering food to be delivered because we weren't going out of the house for a while, except for doctor's appointments. So that was pretty much it. And that's what you can look at. Were your bills paid? Did you get paid when you said you would? And what events triggered any spending? And did you have any no spend days for the month? And I like to track that. Okay, I remember this is the day they go back to school. What money am I going to have to spend for that? It just triggers in my mind to think about that so we can plan for those days where we will have to spend money. So did I reach any of the goals I set in the month of September? Well, we did have more than 10 no spend days, so I did reach that. We celebrated my second son's birthday, and that was really, really fun. I enjoyed it. And then the third goal was to save $1,986 for October's bills. So we will see when I go through all of the numbers for our monthly budget if we actually saved $1,986 for October's bills. Only because it's not just about the numbers. I know that's important, but when you're doing a budget, it's about how you feel and what's happening in your life. So we weren't well in September for a little while. We went through a bout of, with the Rona. So what happens is, do we have enough money in our wellness fund or our medical fund? Do we have any copays when we go to the doctor? Do we need extra vitamins or supplements? Do we need to buy certain foods because maybe this person's not eating right now, so we need to change our diet for a little while or something like that? All of those trigger money events. So that's why I say it's important to mind your money, right? To pay attention to what needs to happen or what may happen with our money. So that's why I'd like to talk through these, and I hope this is helping someone. All right, so that's the calendar. We did reach our 2 goals. We're going to find out if we reached the 3rd one. And here is the monthly budget for September. So I already started filling out some of the bills that were paid and the amounts, but we're going to go through all the numbers right now. And this is the first thing. Monthly income. We planned a W-2 income of $3,000, and our actual income, I actually wrote it here. So I'm going to just calculate it. For W-2 income, first week was $500, second week was $660, third week was $660, fourth week was $550, and fifth week was $580. So that's a total of $2,950 that we received for W-2 income. So $50 short of what we planned, but that's always okay because it's real life. It's a good idea to look at your numbers because you'll get a sense of how to plan for the next month, if you should cut out certain things or how you're going to work it out. So that was our W-2 income, the actual amount. For side income, we budgeted for $300, and side income we earned $100 in the second week, $25 in the third week, $150 in the fourth week, and $80 in the fifth week. And that was a total of $355 in side income that we received. Or that we used. I say used because we don't use our entire income. We only use a portion of it. And we budget with the least amount. Because again, these amounts can change, especially when you're looking at side income. Or even regular income, because people, sometimes you don't get as much overtime as you thought you did. Or maybe you get a raise or a bonus. The money can change. So we always budget for the least amount, making sure we can take care of all of our bills, right? There was no additional income that we received. So altogether, we brought home $3,305. Wow, so we were really close to our planned income. So we planned for $3,300. We received $3,305 to budget with. So let's look at our bills first. These are the bills we paid in the month of September, and this came from our next month's bills account. If you haven't been here before, I use a savings account that we transfer money into at every budget by paycheck. That means every single week, so that we can pay the following month's bills. And this is where all that money came from. So let's add this up quickly. Rent was $1,200 in September. And then we had our Geico, our YMCA. And I'm looking at these numbers and realizing right now in my head that I should have budgeted for more in October, but it is what it is. I'll correct it when these bills are due. $54.20 for PSEG, $141 for our gas utility, $118 for Metro PCS, which is our cell phone provider, $54.99 for Spectrum Internet, $68.38 for Allstate, the life insurance policies that we have, and we gave an offering of $60. So $1,864.29 is what we paid for all of our bills in the month of September. And I think we budgeted $2,000 to save for October. And then I will track how much we saved in next month's bills prepping for October in just a minute. Monthly savings. Okay, our annual bills, we planned to save $40 and we did. To invest, we did invest the $200 that we planned. And our emergency fund, I left that for last because we just closed out our last budget by paycheck. So let me go ahead and do a quick calculation to see what we saved. So in the first week, we did not save anything for the emergency fund. In the second week, we saved $50. In the third week, we saved $50. In the fourth week, we saved $50. And in the fifth week, which is that golden paycheck, that fifth Friday, we saved $10. So in total, we saved $160 towards our emergency fund. So that is $40 short of what we said we would do. We said we would save $200 and we saved $160. Now for miscellaneous, which is everything that did not fit within bills or savings, like everything, like cash we pull out, money we left behind in our cushion, like our checking account buffer. So our cushion, we did save $263. Forgive my 5-year-old who's with me while I'm recording this video, okay? This is real life. I'm managing money for my family of 5. So our tithe is our giving. We're going to track that too because I didn't do that previously. I wanted to do this with you guys. So in the first week, we gave $55. In the second week, we gave $80. In the third week, we gave $60. And in the fourth week, we gave $75. And in the fifth week, we gave $70. So that's a total of $340 that we gave in the month of September. Okay, so that's $40 above what we planned. And for cash, we usually pull out $100 in cash every week. Let's see what we did. $100 the first week, $100 the second week, $0 in the third week, $100 in the fourth week, and $80 in the fifth week. So we pulled out a total of $380 in the month of September to stuff cash envelopes and do some cash savings challenges. And that total is $263 plus $340 plus $380, which is $983. $983 in miscellaneous. And I did forget to total the savings. I should have done that. So $160 plus $40 is $300. Oh gosh, Tasha, can you count? $200, I'm sorry, and then $200 for investing. So $400 in total is what we saved, which is including investing for the month of September. So I'm going to do a budget check. And the budget check is basically to check to see how much income actually came in or we used, how much did our bills total, how much did we save, and how much went to miscellaneous. Now for this bills section, I wrote $2,000 planned for October's bills. So I'm going to track how much went to next month's bills in this section. So in the first paycheck, we saved $222 for next month's bills. In the second paycheck, we saved $300. In the third paycheck, we saved $420. In the fourth paycheck, we saved $475. And in the last paycheck, we saved $500. So I totaled that, and we have $1,917. That's how much we saved going into next month's bills in preparation for October. So now that we know that number, I know what to plug in here for bills. The income was $3,305. The bills, we actually saved $1,917. For our savings, we saved $400. $400 this month. And then miscellaneous, we put aside $983 for between giving, cash we pulled out, and what we left behind in our cushion. So we started with $3,305, subtract what we saved for bills, $400 for our regular savings and investing, and then $983. So we are $5. We have $5 remaining. That's not too bad. Plus 5. Okay. And that's how I close out the budget. That's how I check to see what happened. And I like to see this, and this is where you want to check to make sure your money is aligning with your goals. I look at this and I realize that we definitely should increase our income, because when I look at what we've saved, which is good, we were a little bit less than what we projected, but we do know that there's a cushion. But should I increase our contribution? Do I need to increase our income? These are the questions that come up when you look at your numbers. And this is where you start processing and you start planning for the next month. Okay, what should I save? How much more income do I need to fill any gaps that we had? $400 is what we saved. We divide that by the 3,305. We basically saved 12% of our income in the month of let me put it here, 12% of our income in the month of September. Is that low? I think it's pretty low based on what I would like, but that's relative. How much you save is based on, again, your goals. So then I look at our bills, what we saved for October's bills, $1,917 divided by 3,305. So we saved 58%, basically 58% of our income went towards bills, which is pretty high. Again, that's an indicator to me that we need to increase our income. Are we going to increase the amount of income that we use? Maybe. Only maybe, because again, a portion of the income that we don't use sits behind in another account where it's either going to collect interest or it's going to serve as a cushion or a buffer, as some people like to say. So in case we get into a pickle, right? In case something like a bill is more than what we planned or a little emergency comes up, we have that cushion to lean on, right? So you can choose the amount of money you'd like to budget with. This is not our actual income. Let's say your income is $5,000 for the month, but you're only going to use $4,200 of it. That's a passive way to save money because you keep that aside. All right. It's just a tip, you guys, based on my experience, because I'm not a financial advisor. Just some tips for you. $355 was our side income. So I look at that, what we planned, and I say, okay, we made more in side income than we budgeted, which is a good thing. How can I increase that for next month? That's what I'm thinking right now. And that's how I would let's say recommend it. You do, not because I'm telling you this is what you should do, but just a recommendation based on my experience. And experience is a good teacher. So this is how I like to budget and brainstorm. What ways can we start increasing our side income now? And I'm glad that we earned a little bit more in total based on, again, the numbers, because I'm tracking it. And for miscellaneous, we spent or saved or gave $983. Divide that by 3,305. And that was 29.7% of our income. So that's how this is broken down. I like seeing the numbers like this. So again, we did save extra in the Zero Out Challenge. That is a savings account. We don't pull that out in cash. So I like that we saved 52 cents first week, $8 in the second week. Nothing, it looks like. Yeah, we saved $5 in the third week. In the fourth week, we saved $708. And fifth week, we saved $475. So $25.35 was transferred from our checking account. That was good. Now, I'm not going to go through this, but this is an expense tracker for our checking account. I track every move that's made, all of the deposits, everything that we paid, like paying back our credit card, any transfers to savings accounts, any investing that we've done, any emergency fund savings, all of that is tracked here. And on this page is everything that we've charged. We charged a whole lot. Again, remember, we weren't well for a while, so I had to use an extra paper to just track all of the charges that we made and how much we were paying back on the card. Okay. Last but not least are our on-purpose savings, so short-term savings, and all of these are what we plan to save in the month. Well, basically, these are like categories that have not changed in a very long time, but we're not super focused on this. But if you have savings for things like, again, clothing, gifts, Christmas or other holidays, things like memberships or annual subscriptions to like Amazon, Costco, or BJ's, whatever you have, we are tracking these, even though we're not super focused on it right now because we're taking care of our four walls, we're saving for our emergency fund, and we're doing some investing here and there. I like to see how much money we were able to save. I don't know what the prior balance is, but if you were using this workbook, you would want to notate how much was the balance of all of your short-term savings in the previous month, and then what are the starting balances? Did you add or subtract anything? And then where did you end? So I'm just going to go through where we ended. So Christmas ended with $470.93. And I'm not going to I'm going out of order because it's based on where these savings accounts are located. None of these are in cash. These are all savings accounts between Capital One 360 and Ally Bank. Our clothing fund ended with $0. Our gifts fund, I'll get back to that. Wellness ended with $0. And again, we had to use a lot of the cash that we did have saved in these funds because, to take care of us when we were ill in the month of September. I wrote 0 for gifts in the wrong place, but I don't think that's correct. We have something in there, not a lot, but something. Renter's insurance has $141.36. PC and Life has $0. Vehicle insurance, we'll get back to that. Vehicle fund, I believe, has $0 also. Yep, it has $0. And then there is Amazon. Amazon, I believe we emptied that too. That's $0. And it's okay when you save money and you have to use it. You saved it to use it for a purpose. That's fine. I have to keep reminding myself that. Costco was $0. Next month's bills. Again, that ended the month with $1,884.82. Okay, and then vacay, we'll come back to that, home and 40th birthday. Back to school is $134. And next month's bills, we did that already. Oops, did I write that in the wrong space? No, I didn't. Vacay is at $0. This is a new one. We haven't started funding yet. Home is at 0 right now. 40th birthday is at 0 right now. Gifts doesn't have 0, but it's really low. It has $1.34. So that's also nice. Because we had to use, did I do that right? Oh no, I did that wrong. I'm sorry. Gifts has $10.95. So when we make mistakes, it's just to remind you that we're human and it's okay. So we have $10.95 in gifts, and we have $134 in back to school. I don't know why I wrote that here. And then $820 in vehicle insurance. So I'm just going to make this into an 8 and then write the 2. The starting balances, again, I didn't write them in, but we're going to see where we ended. And that's $2,517.60. Okay, so going forward, I would like to see that we are adding to all of our purpose funds. And that might not happen in October. It should, but it might not happen. And I'm thinking because Christmas has $470, we might not get to add all of the money to that. So this is, again, where you start thinking and planning ahead, closing out your budget at the end of the month, meaning looking at all your numbers, checking your goals, seeing what goals you reached. All of that is going to help you prepare for the next month, because we know that Christmas will be here in 2 months, right? October, November will be almost, it seems like it goes very quickly. And then it's Christmas time. And if you celebrate Christmas, you want to be sure to have money for whatever gifts you're going to buy, cards you're going to buy, cash you want to send, whatever. And I know this year, a lot of us may not be spending a heavy amount or big amount, but you still want to do something, right? Do you need to add to this? Do you need to start your Christmas fund? Hopefully you started it in January of this year, but if you didn't, how much do you need to start setting aside? These are the things that you find out when you close out your budget, all right? And then I'm looking at our important funds like renter's insurance. I know that this is coming up due at the end of November. We need to have $220 for this. So we are $79 shy of our goal. So I definitely need to start planning for this going into October, because I don't want November to come and then we end up having to, pay it from our paycheck budget. If we can just put a little bit of money aside up until November, we can have that. So we can just pay it one time for the whole year. Renter's insurance is important. Trust me, if you are renting a space, the landlord or the owner of the home, of the building, they are in charge of maintaining the insurance for the structure of the building. I'm an insurance agent. This is why I'm using these words and this terminology. But if you're renting, everything that you own that did not come with the apartment is your responsibility. If it's lost, if it's damaged, God forbid there's a fire or anything like that, renter's insurance can be very inexpensive, but can cover up to like $30, $45, $50,000 worth of your stuff. Okay. So this is why we pay this in full. So I know I need to check that and make sure, write it down. We need to make sure to reach our goal before November. Okay. Other spaces, other things that are empty. Why did we spend all this money? Why are these zero? Because we had a lot of things we had to buy. It could have been inflation was the cost. It could have been you had a cold and you had to spend money on medicine or vitamins or supplements or what have you, buying chicken soup, things like that. Why are these zero? These are things you should be thinking about when you're closing out your budget. And the reality is, if I wasn't recording this video, it would take me 15 to 20 minutes just to go through, check the accounts, pull cash if you're using cash, count up and see where you are, and then start making notes and adjustments if you need to. So that's the last measurement besides our net worth that we're going to track. And this is important. And I know it might seem tedious to some people, but you should definitely know where you are financially. Your net worth is a financial calculation, okay? But it doesn't mean that you're worth that. That's the end of your worth. You are worth more than 1,000,000 Earths and 1,000,000 miles around the equator. Like, you're worth so much more. But financially, we want to track this because we want to see if our liabilities outweigh our assets, if we owe more than we own. And it's an important measurement and metric, and I like to check this at the end of each month. So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called
all right,
education.
so these are all of the assets. We do not have liabilities because we don't have any debt. Our liabilities are zero. And let's total up this after I walk through it. Checking accounts, different from last month. I'll show you. This was our net worth from August 2022, 26,803. We are decreased. Savings accounts, 15,718. Our brokerage accounts here, our retirement accounts, cash on hand, equipment, same as last month. And then I included our life policies. Why did I do this? Because I realized this is something that if needed, our money, what we're doing here is we're building generational wealth. We're talking about it. We're starting at the base, at the foundation, budgeting, tracking, investing, saving, doing all those things to get us on the path to where we're going, right? So if anything, you can take this out. This is not something that I think is based on you, because personal finance is personal. But I wanted to track this because this is one of the policies. Like, if anything happened, we need to cash out, or if God forbid something happened and our children needed this goes to them. Everything we have set up, checking accounts, savings accounts, retirement accounts, all of these things have beneficiaries listed because this is what we're working towards passing it on. Not just the education, but the actual money. So This is optional, just again, you don't have to do that. So not including the 250, 2400 plus 600 plus 664, 33 plus 284, 16 plus 2022, 81 plus $1,066, 6 cents plus 706, 69 plus 15,718, 60 plus 181, 69 is 23,644 and 34 cents, right? That is, if we subtract that from last month, 26,803.29. That's a difference of $3,158. Of course, the market is red, so you can see when you compare month to month, my Fidelity IRA, these two, that's gone down almost $100. Vanguard, that's gone down about $30 or so, not even 30, like $25 or so. Robinhood, that's gone down, even though we've been investing. Again, we're holding these for the long term. This is not money that we need within the next year or 2 years or 5 years even. So it's okay. It's going to recover. M1 Finance, that also decreased. TD Ameritrade, that decreased. And then again, we had to use cash. So that's why this is less. And then our checking accounts, we just made some money. Total assets, not including this for right now, just for ease of use. 23,644.34. The change, the percentage, 7%. That's no change. Last month was 26,803.29. And that means we are at 23,644.34. Okay, decrease of almost $3,200, and this is why we do this. We are going to be focused on growth going forward, and I hope that you enjoyed this closeout video of a monthly budget. If you have any questions, if you have any feedback for me, please leave them in the comments down below. And as always, I appreciate you for being here and sticking out as long as you did in this video. And remember, we are walking by faith, not by sight. We know that to whom much is given, much is required. So please continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. Bye for now. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Legacy Builders. Welcome back to Mind Your Money. I am going to talk about our... Can you be quiet, please? My children started school in the month, so that's why I put this sticker here so I can see.